The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios.
Hi, this is Mia Morganhorses, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Hollywood celebrities, including Johnny Cash, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia. Available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com and over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartradio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple Music. And take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast for great merchandise. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great merchandise and books and more. And also support us on Anchor FM as well as PayPal and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you do so today. We're here with a terrific gentleman who's a singer, songwriter, musician who is from the North Carolina area in the Rocky Mountains, who trains American saddlebred horses and Hackneyponies and Morganhorses by day, and he's a writer by night, and he is considered the act Monsters Are Real. And are they real? We'll find out. He's got a great mix of Johnny Cash, ZZ Top, Motorhead, and he's got the debut album out called Monsters Are Real. We'll be playing one of his releases in a few minutes as well, too, and talk about some of his singles and some of his amazing work. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studio somewhere in beautiful North Carolina, the amazing, multi-talented singer, songwriter, musician who doesn't horse around from Monsters Are Real. Here's Nathan Brachear. Nathan, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Good evening, Mike. How you doing, sir?
Well, we're doing great, and you've got an amazing background as well, too. And now that you're a singer, songwriter, and a musician, you also train American saddlebred horses, Hackneyponies, and Morganhorses by day, and you're also a songwriter by night. You had the group Monsters Are Real. You also got the self-titled release. We'll be playing one of your tracks in just a few minutes as well, too. And you also got some amazing work as well, too. And you've got a very interesting mix like Johnny Cash, ZZ Top, Motorhead, and more. We'll talk about those. And before getting to all that, Nathan, tell us how you first got started.
I don't really know how I first got started. When I was probably 17, I saw Bark at the Moon. I saw the music video for Bark at the Moon and by Ozzy Osbourne, and I was like, holy crap. I was like, what is this? And I'd been listening to music, but I didn't know anything about it. And I didn't know how it was made. I didn't know that anybody could do it. And so, obviously I delved in deeper at that point. And then 2 or 3 years ago, I guess, I decided I was just going to do my own thing. And I don't like waiting on people. I don't like drama. So I thought the easiest way to negate all of that was to just do it myself. So, I play everything. I record everything. My good buddy David Bradley does all the mixing and mastering for me. And he's got a few lead parts on some of the songs. He plays lead guitar. And that's the long and short of it. I've always loved music, and I finally just decided, I'd always been writing anyway, and I decided to put it down.
And that's very amazing. How'd you come up with the name Monsters Are Real, and give us a little background on that?
Monsters Are Real. I don't sleep well.
Oh,
and,
okay.
I never have, and it's always been a thing for me. And it's always been one of my monsters. It's just something that I've never been able to do. Nighttime is my time. I work all day, and then I come up here to the lab, and I'll be up here till 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's just, that's where Monsters Are Real came from. It's more of with the sleep paralysis and all the sleep demon mythology out there and all that kind of stuff. That's where it came from.
Huh. That's really interesting. And what was that one? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just going to say, and people are assholes. So it kind of came from that too.
I'm going to remember that next time when I'm having trouble sleeping. And what was that one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you're doing for the rest of your career?
I don't know that there was one. I know when I came up with the name, then I knew it was time to go. Once I came up with that, and it kind of encompassed everything that I had thought and felt and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, this name will allow me to write the music I want to write. All of my music is a little dark, even when it's got a pleasant tone. It's still, if you listen to the words, it's got a dark undertone to it, and that's how I've always been. And once I figured out Monsters Are Real, that's when I knew it was time to go with that.
And of course, talking about your music being dark and everything else when it comes to lyrics, and what else do you base your lyrics on, and some of the experiences, having a basis of the lyrics.
So a lot of them come from life experience. I was a police officer for 6 years also. And a lot of them come from that. Everywhere, doesn't matter where you are, there's a dark underbelly. And some people get to see it and some people don't. And when you get to see it, you kind of realize how real things really are. And if you've never seen that, I would think that if you've never seen that, it's easy to have a bright, sunny personality, and that's just not me. I've always seen that part of everybody. I didn't grow up in the greatest parts of town and all that kind of stuff. So I always knew that some people don't see what real is. A lot of things, and that's always kind of been my personality, and it just comes out in my music. Sometimes I'll sit down and I'll be like, I'm going to write a cheery, upbeat song, and I'll write a cheery, upbeat song, and the lyrics will not match what the song is doing. You know what I mean? And that's just always been me. And I'm pretty tight, but I'm pretty straightforward, and I'm serious about things, and I think that just comes out in my lyrics.
And of course, more about lyrics and everything else. And, going back to the police officer thing you've been doing for 6 years. And how'd you first become a police officer?
I was working at a farm near here, and my girlfriend actually was like, why don't you be a police officer? And I was like, that's not a bad idea. So I went to school and went through BLET and all that kind of stuff, and graduated at the top of the class, and did that for 6 years. And I was doing that while we were building and operating our farm, so I was burning the candle at both ends.
Oh, and, wow.
Yeah, I finally had to choose one, and I had to choose one that, that we had put so much of our personal effort into. And I loved being a police officer. That's been one of my favorite jobs I've ever had. Loved it. But couldn't stand some of the bureaucratic third floor drama. So it was choose one or the other. So we put all of our efforts into our farm, and here we are today.
That's really interesting, too. You can also be a policeman and guarding the horses as well, too. We'll talk about your love of horses, your music, Monsters Are Real, and more in just 1 minute. But first, to listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia. Available on Amazon. Also, check out The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on over 30 podcast platforms. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas like t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, throw pillows, tote bags, and more, go to Amazon.com and check out The Mike Wagner Show. And for more great gift ideas like great merchandise, t-shirts, pop sockets, phone cases, and more, Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Check out the great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also, don't forget to support The Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, as well as PayPal and themikewagnershow.com. Make sure you give generously today. We're here with the amazing singer, songwriter, musician who trains all kinds of horses, Nathan Brachear of Monsters Are Real here on The Mike Wagner Show. And before we talk more about Monsters Are Real and also playing one of your tracks in a few minutes, you train American saddlebred horses, Hackney ponies, and Morgan horses as well, too. And, tell us about those horses as well, too. And how'd you get a hold of the farm, and maybe just talk about the breeds as well?
Yeah, they're specialized breeds. The American saddlebred is, they call it America's horse. This is where it was started and where it's thrived. We train them. The American saddlebred is actually one of the most versatile horses that can do anything. We've got horses in reining, we've got them in jumping, we've got them in dressage, we've got them everywhere. And we teach saddle seat, which is a performance type of art, and teach specific gaits to the horse and specific ways they wear the bridle and pull carts and stuff like that. And then we teach the amateur riders who own them how to show them. And then we go around the country and show them, and we do the same thing with the ponies and with the Morgan horses. And they're all performance style horses and have a lot of action and natural ability, and very bright and very airy, and they just really love their job, and they're pretty amazing creatures to be around.
Mm-hmm. You also talk about the American saddlebred as well, too, being more of the common horse, like show horses, jumping horses, and everything else. How about the Hackney ponies and the Morgan horses? And maybe just tell us about the characteristics and how they compare and contrast.
Yeah, they're all, everything we do is on the show end of things. So they're all very energetic, very very intelligent, very happy about their jobs. They're very bright through the bridle. Hackney ponies mainly pull carts. There's some divisions for the children where they ride them, but a Hackney pony is pretty small. So they pull carts and have an extreme amount of athletic ability and action. The Morgan is similar to the saddlebred, but they only have 3 gaits in the Morgans, which is walk, trot, and canter, whereas the saddlebred has 3-gaited horses and 5-gaited horses. And the 5-gaited horses walk, trot, canter, slow gait, and rack. And it takes a long time to develop these horses and teach the riders to get with them. And, every year in August in Louisville, Kentucky, we go to the World Championships, and everybody goes in there and throws down and tries to come out with a title. And it's just there's a lot that goes into it, but there's a lot you get out of it also. It's pretty impressive to watch your amateur rider take a 1,200-pound creature in the ring and get it to do what it's supposed to do.
That is very amazing. You talked about the 3-gaiter and 5-gaiter as well, too. And tell us the difference between the 3-gaiter and the 5-gaiter, and what is the gaiter?
Well, like I said, the 3 gaits are walk, trot, and canter. All of our horses do those 3 gaits. The horse that is built and has the motor for it does 5 gaits, which adds the slow gait and rack to those gaits. And those are single beat gaits, which means there's only 1 foot on the ground at a time. And they're very smooth and easy to ride. And back a long time ago, they used to gait the horses so that when they were farming and going across fields and long rides, they could use that slow gait and rack and be much more comfortable in the saddle and not constantly have to be trotting or cantering.
Mm-hmm. And also, too, what would you say your favorite type of horse would it be? It's like, what's your favorite one to race?
Oh, our favorite horse is the American saddlebred, and probably in the 5-gaited division, just because that's the cream of the crop.
Mm-hmm. And that's very amazing as well, too. Love talking horses with you. And of course, my wife's got some as well, too. And of course, transitioning over to your music as well. You got the album Monstersarereal as well. And you also got followme, The Carpenter, and The Seamstress, Crazy, Bullet, Dirty Money, and more, along with Don't Stop, Josie's Bar, and Worthless. And tell us more about the debut release along with some of the other singles.
Well, so far I've released them all as singles. I've been, I don't really know. I've been talking with DJ X Tech. He's helping me with all this, and I'm trying to decide if, in today's way of selling music, do we do an album or do we just keep releasing singles? I'm not sure which is the best way to go at this point. That's a meeting we still have to have. So I've been releasing them as singles, and they're out there now. So they're all different. That's one thing I can say. I tell a lot of stories in my music, some of which are true and some of which just popped into my head. So, I've always liked the classic country, Willie Nelson and all those guys, how they could tell a story. And I like to incorporate a lot of that. Even when I'm doing a heavier song or an upbeat song, I still like to have a storyline in there.
Mm-hmm. And besides Willie Nelson, as you mentioned, who are some of your favorite singers, songwriters, and musicians growing up?
It's funny. I've never been the type of person who, I never focused on one. I was never like, I've listened to a lot of Ozzy, but I wasn't always like, Ozzy's the band, I'm only going to listen to Ozzy. So I just listen to everything. If it catches my ear, I listen to it. When I'm driving in my truck, I may be listening to Metallica one second, and then, like I said, Willie Nelson the next. You never know, because it's just, I'll flip through the channels until something catches my ear and go with it. And a lot of times I think that probably triggers a thought process on a new song that I'm working on. Sometimes if you get stuck, the best thing to do is just go listen to a bunch of stuff you don't normally listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll open the floodgates for you for sure.
Mm-hmm. And also, you also mentioned about earlier, having the lyrics being dark and being life experiences and everything else. What are some of your, what else do you base your lyrics on when it comes to your other music, even the ones you haven't released yet?
A little bit of everything. Bullet, that song came to me when I was driving one day, and I drove past an old bar that looked like it had been closed down, and it just looked like the place somewhere somebody would go to have their last drink. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where Bullet came from. So I don't really know where they come from. They just come from somewhere. They just pop in my head. So I'll be working at the barn, and then something will pop into my head, and I'll type it down to my phone real quick and come to the lab at night and put it together. And sometimes it turns into something, and sometimes it doesn't.
That's very amazing as well, too. And what are some of the other music you have out there we have not mentioned as of yet?
Let's see. Well, we're getting ready to release a Christmas song. I am not a Christmas person. I'm telling you right now, I'm the biggest Scrooge on the planet. But DJ X Tech called me and said, "Can you write a Christmas song?" And I said, "Yeah, but it's going to rock. It ain't going to be what you expect." He said, "Do it." And I said, "Okay." So it'll be out shortly. It's called Christmas Wall, and it's a lot of fun.
And it sounds like a lot of fun, too. It's good year-round as well, too. And we'll also be talking about your latest release, Fall of the Puppet Master from Monsters Are Real. We'll talk about that and play that in just 1 minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor, The Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson Z of Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with Nathan Brachear of Monsters Are Real and Fall of the Puppet Master after this time out.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing. Available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Ray Powers, and boy, are you in luck. Right place, right time. Tuned in to The Mike Wagner Show. You heard me.
We're back with the multi-talented singer, songwriter, musician, and horse trainer and breeder, Nathan Brachear of Monsters Are Real here on The Mike Wagner Show. Right now, here's the latest release from Monsters Are Real. Here's Fall of the Puppet Master from Nathan Brachear of Monsters Are Real on The Mike Wagner Show. Great song. Monsters Are Real, Nathan Brachear and Fall of the Puppet Master. Tell us more about that great song and what inspired you to write it.
Fall of the Puppet Master, I was watching a World War II documentary on Hitler.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, how in the hell did this little pipsqueak of a man get all these people to follow his lead? And I was like, it's like he was a puppet master. He climbed up on his little podium and started with all this nonsense, but had all the charisma behind him, and everybody just fell in line. And I was like, I don't know. It kind of blows my mind every time I even think about it. And I always watch historical documentaries like that, and I'm just like, what a piece of garbage. So I wrote a song and make sure he got killed at the end.
You know, it made me think of Metallica, Master of Puppets. You know, he could have been in line like that.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, that is something. And also, too, lastly, where can we find Fall of the Puppet Master and all your works at, including Monsters Are Real?
Yeah, Fall of the Puppet. All of my tracks are on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music. Everything's under Monsters Are Real. And I'm also on I'm on Facebook. It's under my real name though, under Nathan Brachear. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram and Twitter. All the major stuff. Easy to find.
And we certainly will do so. Once again, Nathan Brachear of Monsters Are Real here on the Mike Wagner Show. Just a few more minutes, and we'd love to have you back on, Nathan, as well. And what can we expect from you in 2022 and beyond, Nathan?
Well, that's to be decided. I'm not really sure yet. I think we're going to put an album together. Like I said, I've been releasing just singles after single. I think I've got 12 out there now. But I think this next batch we may put in album form and stick them all out there at one time and just see how it does. It'll be a mix like it is now. You know, sometimes I come up here and I'm writing a rocker that'll make you speed down the highway, and then the next day I'm doing something acoustic. So I don't think anybody has to stick to one thing. I like a little bit of variety. I don't like super clean production where there's just no mistakes and everything is just crystal clear. I want some human element in it. So just some rough and ready rock and roll and some sad stories, probably.
And of course, make it raw and pass on the jack along with some bud.
That's it.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm looking forward to it, Nathan. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
This is gonna sound strange, but I'm gonna say Willie Nelson for one reason.
Mm-hmm.
I read an article about him talking about all the accomplishments that he's made, and his best-selling album was one that he produced for $2,000 that he did on his own, and he left all his mistakes in there, and everybody loved it. And he's a fellow horseman, so let's go with Willie.
Oh, that's rather interesting. Let me ask you this, since I'm interested in buying this album he produced for $2,000 with a ton of mistakes. What's the name of the album?
His album?
Yes.
You know what? I cannot even tell you.
Oh, that's okay. I can look it up. No problem. And
but he, like I said, that's all he had to put into it to create it. Which what I'm getting at there is he didn't overthink it and he didn't overproduce it. He just went for it. And that's my mantra. Don't overthink it. Just go for it.
And I think that's a really good one too. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Well, that's exactly right. And if everybody would quit worrying about everything being so perfect, they would get a lot more enjoyment out of what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's totally agree as well. Once again, Nathan Brachear of Monsters Are Real here on the Mike Wagner Show. Nathan, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love you back on in 2022 and beyond. And before we go, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or check out your music?
We are working on a website. It is not up yet. Like I said, I'm on Spotify and I'm on Bandcamp under Monsters Are Real. Everybody go there and don't just support me, support your other artists. Remember Bandcamp, the money goes to the artist, not the upper heads.
We certainly will do so. Once again, Nathan, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date. Don't forget to keep in touch. You've been absolutely terrific, and we wish you all the best. You've got a great future ahead of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshazia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionsea.com. Missing. Available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.